Hi, my name's Greg Britton, Technical Director with Royal Haskonian DHV. I have over 40 years experience in the management of coastlines and coastal lagoons. Council has engaged us to work with them to develop the draft Narrabeen Lagoon entrance management strategy, which is now on public exhibition, and Council is encouraging you to have your say. In this video, I'll take you through the main options investigated for future management of the lagoon entrance. Narrabeen Lagoon has an entrance that naturally fills with sand, closing it to the ocean. To reduce the risk of flooding, artificial opening using machinery is necessary. This can only be done under certain conditions, or the entrance can close again soon after opening. In addition, every few years, a large-scale removal of sand is undertaken, with the sand transported to Narrabeen Beach for beach replenishment. Council has actively managed the entrance in this way since 1975. This draft strategy reviews existing practices and recommends improvements and possible alternatives for future management of the entrance. The draft entrance management strategy focuses on three main aspects: short-term management, that is the mechanical opening of the entrance by excavation of a pilot channel ahead of forecast flooding events; medium-term management, which involves periodic large-scale removal of sand from the entrance area and placement of this sand at depleted areas along Narrabeen Beach; and long-term alternatives to the current entrance management practices. There will always be times when the entrance needs opening. It's about responding efficiently and having a more flexible set of opening arrangements that deal with the range of different environmental circumstances at the time. There are three main recommendations for short-term management. The first is to continue with the mechanical openings when the lagoon entrance closes, but to review the trigger conditions for when they occur, taking into account a wide range of factors such as lagoon water level, predicted rainfall, entrance condition, ocean water level and wave heights. The second recommendation is to refine the location for channel excavation. This will allow flexibility for conditions at the time, such as the state of beach rotation and the location of sand. In simple terms, areas of shallow bedrock should be avoided in order to allow the lagoon outflow to scour the deepest channel possible. The third recommendation is to investigate improved technology for data collection for remote or automated monitoring of the lagoon entrance condition, plus to enhance existing flood forecasting tools already used by Council. The data could be displayed on a live dashboard, similar to the one at Terrigal Lagoon on the Central Coast, providing better information for Council and for the community. The main recommendation for medium-term management is to refine the location, volume and frequency of entrance clearance operations. Currently, Council conducts a large-scale entrance operation every 3 to 5 years. It's proposed to trial more frequent entrance clearance operations about twice as often, but removing instead about half as much sand. This is based on the observation that large-scale removal of sand from the entrance is generally followed by a period of rapid infilling. By removing sand more often, it's considered that clearances will become more manageable, reducing the tendency for infilling, meaning less sand needs to be removed each time. Areas targeted for removal of sand could be upstream of Ocean Street Bridge only, or both upstream and downstream of the Ocean Street Bridge in the form of a channel. It's also recommended that management of Birdwood Park Dune is improved. This is because it plays an important part in naturally trapping sand, thereby reducing the amount of sand that would otherwise be transported into the lagoon entrance by wind, waves and tidal currents. It's therefore recommended that the dune is reshaped, moving some sand away from the western side, and that vegetation is restored. Revegetation should include the re-establishment of endemic dune species and be extended further north along the beach. There should then be ongoing monitoring and maintenance of the dune and the vegetation. The entrance management strategy also investigated a number of long-term infrastructure options identified by the community and technical experts. The idea of a rock training wall on the southern side of the entrance has frequently been suggested by the community. While this could create a permanently open entrance, the concept was discounted after early investigation due to a range of significant undesirable impacts, including lowering of the average water level and low tide level in the lagoon, which would expose seagrass beds and affect recreation. Altering the North Narrabeen surfing break due to changes in sandbanks. Cutting public access from the beach to the rock pool. Creating public safety risks by the stronger currents that would be created through the lagoon entrance. And the existing natural character of the lagoon entrance would also be significantly altered. 3 options were investigated in more detail and assessed against technical, economic, social and environmental factors. The first option was a self-sustaining ebb tide channel. This would involve constructing a series of rock walls extending off the seawall on the northern side of the entrance to use the power of the ebb or outgoing tide to naturally erode the entrance channel and keep the lagoon open. Although this concept has been successful elsewhere, modelling found that it wasn't technically feasible for Narrabeen Lagoon. This is because while the rock walls locally would increase tidal velocities, these increases would not be sustained to the outer entrance area, and sand infilling would still occur. The second option was the installation of low flow pipes, similar to those at Manly Lagoon entrance. Low flow pipes would help lower the lagoon water level when the entrance is closed, thereby improving flood storage, as well as providing a degree of tidal flushing. However, a number of issues were identified. The upfront cost would be significant and maintenance access would be difficult. The permanent lowering of the lagoon water level would have significant environmental impacts with the exposure of seagrass beds and also adversely affect the recreational amenity in the main body of the lagoon. Furthermore, low flow pipes would not eliminate the need for large-scale entrance clearance operations or emergency breakouts. For all these reasons, installation of low flow pipes is not recommended. Mobile sand pumping was also investigated as a possible alternative to using trucks. This option would allow sand to be pumped in a pipeline to several placement areas located along Narrabeen Beach. An example is the slurry track system used at the Dawesville and Mandurah inlets in Western Australia. This option would greatly reduce the impact of trucks on local traffic and residents and is considered to be technically feasible. However, it would be more costly than trucking. Mobile sand pumping could become attractive if a long-term entrance clearance contract with purpose-designed equipment could be arranged, and further investigation into this option is recommended. The review has demonstrated that Council's existing arrangements are very effective in managing flood risk. However, a number of opportunities for improvement and refinement have been identified. Key recommendations are that Council continue with mechanical breakouts when necessary and periodic large-scale sand entrance clearance operations. Council should trial more frequent sand clearances with smaller volumes in targeted areas. Council should also review mobile sand pumping if lower pricing becomes available. And the Burwood Park dune should be reshaped and revegetated to assist with sand stabilisation. I hope this information has helped provide understanding of what the draft strategy has investigated and the reasoning behind the recommendations. Council looks forward to hearing your feedback.